of competition, and it's not really about the money so much as it is just you really feed off of the energy of the crowd, and it is a rush you can't really get from anything else. I'd say the only thing that's ever been comparable is like the first 5 to 10 seconds of skydiving, but that's what you feel constantly while you're in the booth, especially when you win. Losing really hurts. Losing's not fun at all.
Sure.
Still getting over it. Probably will be for a while.
Okay.
I was told
use it for next year.
I mean, I've talked to a bunch of people. There's like Puppy will still be salty about losing to Alliance at TI3, and that never goes away. And that probably hurt a lot more than my loss, but I don't know. It's something all gamers kind of share, is the knowledge of what the pain really feels like.
Sure. Okay, so great insight as well, because obviously it's difficult for us when we're watching that. Yeah. We comment and we say how bad you've played or how well you've played or whatever, and then you know that's tough when you're in there losing a match. How do you zone all of that out going into? I know they're really soundproof. They're really good at kind of door slots, and that's it. You're kind of locked away, but you're in a glass cage. I mean, how do you just zone everything out and just focus on the match?
I mean, it's really easy, I think, just because you're still just sitting next to the same guys you've been sitting next to for a while, and you don't really hear much of anything. So it's really not that difficult. Once you're into the game, you're just playing Dota. It's just a big game of Dota. A lot of reward possible. I mean, it's really hard to explain. But what I really like about the booths is that they're very soundproof, but you can hear the crowd cheering if they get loud enough. So it's just absolutely perfect, and like it really gets you hyped.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that as well, because I get the sense, and tell me if I'm wrong, I get the sense you're a very emotional player. You like to play, and you really get into it. And when things happen, I saw there was a great clip of you mid-game. You were losing the game, everything was going wrong, and suddenly you guys got a great team fight. You won the team fight, it was a wipe, and you were in there really like roaring your team on, really.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've always been since I first got started. It was just I wear my emotions my heart on my sleeve. There's really no way to get around that. So it's just sort of who I am, I suppose.
Does it help the team? I mean, I'd imagine it does in that situation when you're
Sometimes.
losing.
It's a curve, you know. You want to be on like the peak, but if you go too far, it can really distract. So I kind of have to hold back sometimes.
All right. It's great insight. Thank you very much for the winners. We're going to get into our second game in just a moment.
Thanks.
Virtus Pro versus Team Secret.